Introducing my all-wheel drive K-swapped EG hatch build. Well boys, welcome back to the channel. Today is an absolutely gorgeous day. We've been getting rain and snow for like the past 2 weeks and it is finally sunny. Unfortunately, we do have to go inside the shop as we have lots of work on this Honda. In the last video, we went through and got the interior ready for paint. There were lots of areas, all of the sound deadening panels, we needed to wire wheel as so much glue and adhesive was on there. So today we need to finish up the prep on the inside. We have some epoxy primer showing up today. And when that comes, we are able to spray out this interior. Still need to go through and remove all of the seam sealer on the driver's side. You can see I'm already removing it. It looks very crusty how it is. So the game plan is I'm gonna strip all of it and re-seam seal it, so when I paint over it, since this is going to be a open floor, there's not gonna be carpet or anything on this car, I want this thing to look as good as humanly possible. Now this is really where all of the time-consuming stuff with painting a car comes in play. The sanding part is not that long. It is all of the body work and small things that take the most amount of time. But let's get to it. And there we go, the interior is 100% complete. We're gonna go through one last time and go over with the red Scotch-Brite with some Scuff and Tough, just to make sure everything is good. But yeah. And then the game plan for spraying out the interior, we're not doing everything. The headliner is going back in the car. I'm just going to be rewrapping it, and the side plastics. So from this seam seal line, it's not in focus, all the way up, that is not going to be painted. We are just doing the entire floorboard, but then we are going up on the firewall and we'll be respraying the wheel column as well. And then we'll be respraying all of this as well, because if I ever have the hatch open, I want it to look gorgeous. This paint is already in very good condition, but it's right there. But unfortunate news, today is Friday and the paint store that is sending me my epoxy resin, or epoxy base coat for the interior before we lay our base coat, they forgot to send it out with the delivery driver, which sucks. So that comes on Monday now. He said he could hand deliver. I said, don't worry about it, as my paint gun hasn't showed up yet either. So I think the game plan, depending on when the paint shows up Monday, is to spray this out. And then while we wait for other stuff this weekend, we can go through, while we're waiting for the base coat on the interior, we can start sanding and getting the exterior ready for paint. We'll go ahead and paint the interior first and then make our way to the exterior. Now, I don't know if I talked about this in the last video. You guys know that my frame is messed up. Val is out of town on vacation, which means I don't have someone to fix my frame rack or my frame rail on a frame rack. He gave me 2 places. Neither of the places have gotten back to me. So I think the game plan is we have to wait until around the 20th to get this fixed, but we can prep everything else in the engine bay except this little corner here, prep this out, and then the engine bay will be the last thing we spray. All right, and there we go. Our interior is finally 100% buttoned up. Now we just have to wait for our base coat to come. But now we need to go ahead and get the car up on all fours. We need to officially make this thing a bare chassis. We need to go ahead and pull off the subframe, the wheels, the suspension, everything on here, as today I am sending this out to Brian at Dark Matter Coatings to get all of this freshly powder coated. When I'm done with this car, this will be a brand new chassis. And we are not leaving the shop today until we are able to pick up this chassis. I'm sure all of you guys have seen the people lifting up their Hondas. That is my goal today. I feel like when we get the subframe and all of that good stuff, when this is a literal bare chassis, we'll be able to do so. Or I'll just make myself look like a fool. Well, we got the front subframe and the entire assembly removed out of the car. It was not that bad at all. I am so tempted to try to lift this right now. But we're gonna go ahead and remove the rear first, and then I'm going to attempt to lift this. All right, guys, we just got the rear end of this car torn apart. I did not film anything because you can't really see, but this thing is a bare chassis now. I meant to do this on camera so you guys saw my live reaction, but I got way too antsy and did it myself, but I need two hands. Check this out. I can lift my damn Honda. That is so cool. Oh, I love this car. This thing is going to be an absolute monster once it's done, but damn, it's putting me through the ringer. My shop is turned into a huge mess, as I've run out of recycling room and I have to tear apart all of this good stuff now. But I've been so busy here working on the shop, I completely forgot to do my morning walk. So let's go ahead and do that.
Go slow. Worst case, you can just speed it up.
Well, I told you guys, I was not going to leave my shop until I could lift up the Honda. Truthfully, I did not think it was going to be that easy whatsoever. But as you guys just saw, we were able to lift this and pull it out of the shop. I do think that is going to wrap up today's video. Tomorrow morning, we're heading out to Brian's to drop all of this stuff off to get powder coated. Hopefully we can get that done in the next couple days or so. But we are making some very solid progress. Even though it looks like we're completely doing the opposite on this car as it's even more further apart now. But we have the interior fully prepped out for paint. We are going to be prepping the exterior this weekend / tomorrow. This thing is going to come along very, very quick once the process starts.